So, you're gearing up for the IELTS speaking test? You are in exactly the right place. We're about to walk through a simple but really powerful blueprint for success. Forget all the complicated theories. These are clear, actionable steps you can start using today.
Let's be honest, the thought of that speaking test can be pretty nerve-wracking, right? It can feel like this huge, intimidating challenge. But what if I told you the path to a high score is actually much, much simpler than you think? One of the biggest mistakes people fall into is trying to cram. The real key to success isn't about intensity, it's all about consistency, building one small, powerful habit that you can actually stick with every single day.
Okay, so let's get into the foundation of this entire method. Your whole journey to fluency can start with just one simple number. 10. That's it, just 10 minutes a day. Forget trying to block out hours once a week for some marathon study session. 10 minutes of focused practice every single day is way more powerful. This is the absolute core of the whole strategy. So what do you actually do in those 10 minutes? Well, it's a simple 3-step loop. First, you practice answering a question. Second, you record yourself, just use your phone. And third, and listen, this is the most important part, you listen back and review it. You have to actually hear your own mistakes to fix them. And this is where a simple notebook becomes your best friend. Every day, just jot down the answers you practiced and the mistakes you noticed when you listened back. This notebook literally becomes your personal teacher, tracking your progress. And a quick review each week, you'll be amazed at how far you've come.
Okay, so once you've got that daily habit locked in, we can move on to the second pillar, your delivery. Because believe me, in this test, how you say something is often just as important as what you say. And it really just boils down to 2 simple rules. First, speak loudly. Projecting your voice doesn't just make you sound more certain, it physically helps you feel more confident. Second, speak slowly. This is not a race. Speaking slowly makes sure your pronunciation is crystal clear and gives the examiner time to really hear and understand every word. Here's another pro tip for you. Think in phrases, not just individual words. Just listen to the difference. The choppy, I live in a city sounds unnatural, right? But when you group words into meaningful phrases, your speech just flows and you sound way more fluent and confident. And please remember this. Examiners can spot a memorized script from a mile away. The key is just to be authentic. Use examples from your own life. Your answers will sound more natural, they'll be way easier for you to remember on the spot, and honestly, they'll just be more engaging to listen to. All right, we've covered the daily habit and the delivery. So now let's talk about content. How can you possibly prepare for hundreds of potential topics without getting totally overwhelmed? The answer is to work smarter, not harder. And just like our 10-minute rule, we've got another magic number for you, 7. Instead of trying to prepare for every topic under the sun, you only need to really master 7 core categories. This is the secret to super efficient preparation. And here they are. By preparing one solid sample story for each of these 7 categories, a person you admire, a place you love, a memorable event, and so on, you're actually equipping yourself to handle over 150 different cue cards. That one story about your favorite mentor, it can be adapted to describe a leader, a teacher, or a family member. It's incredibly efficient. And when you're preparing these stories, give yourself a simple structure to follow. For a person, cover these key points. For a place, describe these aspects. This structure acts like a mental roadmap during the test, making sure your answer is complete, coherent, and really easy for the examiner to follow. Now, for a final piece of the puzzle, your mindset. Look, you can have the best preparation in the world, but if fear takes over on test day, you risk sabotaging all your hard work. These are the 3 biggest mental traps. First, you have to stop fearing small grammar mistakes. Fluency and communication are more important than perfection. Second, don't try to overload on fancy new vocabulary. Simple, clear English is always better. And finally, please stop comparing yourself to others. Just focus on your own journey and your own progress. And don't forget that your attitude is part of your performance. Walk in there with a smile, try to maintain a relaxed, friendly vibe. This doesn't just help you feel more confident, it actually builds a positive connection with the examiner. It's a simple little technique that makes a huge difference. And this brings us to the most important takeaway of all. Speaking is a skill, just like learning to ride a bike. Nobody else can do it for you. Your improvement comes directly from your own effort, from your own 10 minutes of daily practice.
You are in complete control of your success. So, the theory is done, the blueprint is in your hands. Now it's time for action. What topic are you going to choose for your 10 minutes of practice today?